What happens if you have to start from zero? You don't have a college degree, you don't have a lot of money, you don't know a lot of people, you are nobody, and you need to start growing in your life. This is something that I had to go through when I had to move to Germany and I was 18. My country, Venezuela, was going through a very rough situation, and I had to start theoretically from zero. I didn't have a college degree, I didn't have a lot of money, my mom just had given me 1,000 euros. I didn't know anybody in the city, only my sister, and I just had to start a new life, and I really didn't want it to be unsuccessful. So if you're in this situation, then this video is for you, and I will tell you what I would do now after 11 years if I had to start from zero again. So let's get into it. So the first thing is there's always something. You never start from zero. It feels like it, but you always have something. In my case, I had an Italian passport because my family is from Italy, and I had a sister in Germany. Germany, in this case, for my personal situation, in your situation will be different. Maybe you have a friend, something, or whatever. Maybe you don't have anybody, this doesn't matter equally. You always have to look what type of tools you have in your arsenal. What are the best moves that you can do? And in this case, I had my sister in Germany and I had an Italian passport. So I knew I could move to Germany, which had great social systems, and it was not as unforgiving as the US, because I feel like, for example, in the US, there's less social systems. And I knew that moving to Germany, they have great social systems. It was a country that was definitely better than Venezuela, especially in this time. And also the way that the Germans are, the structure, the way they behave, and how the security around the country, I think it was what I needed. So that's what I use. So the first thing that you really need to see is, what do you have? You always have something. You just have to think about it. In this case, my sister in Germany. So I moved to Germany. Now I had 1,000 euros, which is another head start, I guess. Some people would say, well, you need more. I only had 1,000, and I think a lot of people move to different countries with way more money. With 1,000 euros, you don't really get that far. So thankfully, I'm religious. I'm Catholic, and there's a lot of Catholic communities that can help other Catholics or people in general. My sister talked to this Catholic organization and asked them if I could stay in one of their houses just for a short period of time. And this was super cool. And sometimes if you don't have anybody, if you don't have nobody, religion or your religion can help you out. And if you're not a religious person, you can still ask, obviously, a religious organization to help you out, or you can ask an NGO. Sometimes even governments can help you start, but obviously you need to research them. And that's why right now, honestly, we have ChatGPT and we have the internet to find out what other institutions can help you out. And there's a lot of them. You just need to be willing to find them. But in my case, I'm Catholic, so I use that for honestly asking for help, and they helped me. So with that, I could find my apartment and start my life. Now I need a job, and this is where things get very interesting, because since I don't have a college degree, I don't have anything, what type of job can I do? It's always it's horrible. But the thing is, there's always a job that you can do. And that's like working for McDonald's. And I know it sounds like, well, Fernando, thank you. Thank you for that advice. Like, it's not that I didn't know that. Yeah, but like, hear me out. McDonald's, I didn't work for McDonald's, but I worked for basically the same thing, but it's just an Italian chain of restaurants in Germany. And it's the same thing, it's just Italian. And since I was Italian, it was like, it made sense, right? What happened is like, the cool things about these institutions is that they always need workers. They don't need you to be highly educated. You can start. It's a very simple thing to do. It's a very simple thing to learn. And you sometimes get perks. You get health insurance, you get some advice and help if you need to do some type of procedure, or like, you know, like social procedure, like let's say registration processes and stuff like that. Sometimes they will help you out, and they're pretty well established. So you will have income that will allow you to pay for your small apartment. In this case, the apartment that I had. And it will give you kind of like a contract. And with that contract, you can apply for apartments, which let's say you're right now in an apartment from an NGO. Now you can apply for an apartment because you have that contract in your hand. And remember, landlords are people that are doing business. And they're there to do business. And they want their business to go well. So they don't want to put somebody in their apartment that won't be able to pay rent and that will be crazy. So that's something that you need to think about. Like, think about you being a landlord and who are you gonna put in your apartment, right? So it is important to have a contract to show that you're a very, very clean and organized person, and that you are gonna be able to pay rent. And this is something that can help you. Now, don't go to the main city, right? You wanna go maybe outside of the city, wherever you're staying. You don't wanna stay like where it's most expensive, at least at the beginning. And that will allow you to pay for your rent. That's what I did, and it worked out very well. Now you're like, okay, Fernando, great. Now what do you do? Well, the next thing that you're gonna do is on your free time, you're gonna start playing sports. You're gonna start playing sports massively, and you're also gonna learn about sales. These are two things that I feel that have helped me massively in my life. So learning sales, you don't need to go to a university, you don't need to do anything. Like, basically learning sales is something that will improve your life dramatically. And playing sports is the other aspect that you need. You need these two pillars to succeed in life. In whatever situation you are, these two pillars are important. Sports is something that a lot of people do, and it transcends society. Like, if you do a sport, nobody's gonna be criticizing you all the time. Like, they just wanna play the sport. They just wanna connect through the sport. So what I have noticed is, like, playing sports, especially the sports that the high class plays, you are gonna be connected with the same people that are doing high level positions. For example, one sport that it's inexpensive to play and it's very accessible, and you normally get connected with people like this, is paddle. Paddle is a great sport. It is a sport where you're gonna play with people. You can always be nice and friendly. You don't need a lot of like clothing that it's gonna be super expensive to play the sport. And you can go to you can buy a racket, a used racket on eBay or anywhere on the internet, that it's gonna cost you like $50, which you can pay because you are not paying high prices for your apartment, and you're earning money at McDonald's. Great. Plus you have health insurance and everything is fine. This is something that I would do. I would start playing or going to sports that especially the high society goes to. And it sounds very social climbing, but the problem is, like, what I have noticed is, like, there's some type of sports that connect you with certain type of people. And that's why a lot of people play golf, because they want to do business, they want to connect with other people that have the same mentality, same growth mentality. And sometimes these people hang out or do certain sports. And this is something that massively will improve your life. Because if you're, I don't know, man, going to, techno concerts at a broken bar, not judging, but I haven't really met anybody with a growth mindset. I'm sure there's somebody out there that has a growth mindset that goes to techno bars in the middle of the night, but normally no, normally not. And I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody, but that's what I have experienced. But I have experienced a lot of great things with paddle and with golf and with cool places, because normally these high achievers, they hang out in specific areas, and that's where you want to go. And not because you want something out of them, but you want to get yourself influenced by these people. And that's what I would do. Play a lot of sports and learn sales. Sales, you can learn it anywhere in the world. You don't need to spend money to learn sales. You just need to have the willingness and the desire to sell something. And there's a lot of cool things that I won't explain you about sales that you can learn, but they will transform you into a better person if you're good at it, if you desire to be good at it. Because sales, at the end of the day, is just seeing if you can help somebody with your product. That's it. That's why it's so important to connect with people, because you want to see if you can help those people with your product or whatever that you desire to sell. And then the next step is finding a job in sales. And Fernando, but I already have my job at McDonald's. Yes. But the sales jobs, sometimes you can do them online. Sometimes they won't pay you to do the sales. They will only pay you through commission. There's a lot of websites where people offer sales job or offer commissions if you make the sale. I know this because my friend is doing it, and it's incredible how good it goes. And it will take time, and that's why it's so important that you have your McDonald's jobs. But when you start being great at sales, this is where your life is gonna incrementally get better. Now you're meeting people, and now you're learning sales, and you're actually earning extra money through sales. And let me tell you something, sales, everybody needs to sell something. The biggest company are always selling something. The smallest companies are always selling something. It doesn't matter where you are, who you are. If you know how to sell, you're gonna achieve as many things as you want. You can earn so much money. Your life can be fixed in matters of a year or months or however you and your capacity allows it to. So I think that's where I have ended up. I have ended up in sales. I'm selling my videos to people. I'm selling my services to people. I'm selling the idea of helping people get their brand out there, make sure that their images and their presentations and their videos and their websites are looking amazing so that they can sell more. And this is what I do. And I think learning sales has improved my life massively and has really made me see how no matter where you are, who you are, you can always achieve greatness with such an amazing line of work. So that's what I would do. If I didn't have any degrees, if I didn't have any money, this is the plan to start from zero and end up doing very well. And I think that's it. So let me know what you think and all the best. And see you in the next one. If you have questions, let me know down below. Bye-bye.